Is China's economic boom real? Our man on the ground isn't so sure. Hello and welcome to today's Daily Blitz. In this video, I'm talking to Kit Winder about his recent trip to China. Kit, the narrative goes that the Chinese economy is going to take over the world. Is that what you saw when you went to China?
Well, not really. I mean, one of the things that surprised me is that narrative is so prevalent now. You sort of get carried away and you just think China is this incredible place of technology and wealth. But that wasn't exactly what I saw. There was far more poverty around than I would have thought. And it just reminded me China's coming from such a low bar almost. The poverty 30 years ago was unimaginable compared to what you had in America or certain Western nations. And so the wealth was more in pockets, and quite a lot of it was in the financial centre, dominated by Western firms and Western banks. So yeah, there was a surprising disparity of wealth that I hadn't quite been prepared for.
So if China's experiencing what amounts to a catch-up boom, that suggests that at some point their economic growth rate will slow down dramatically.
Yeah, well, I mean, as we know, it already has. And I think one of the things that I was thinking a lot about there, and one of the things that was most visible in this term, is that the Communist Party targets these GDP figures. And so local government, what they will do is sign off on every construction project and every project they can get their hands on to boost those numbers, which has resulted in the most incredible number of just construction projects. I mean, my friend who I was visiting in Shanghai, he said the first thing they told him when you get there is construction is a part of daily life here. And it's true, every road, every building, the apartment next door is just being worked on all the time, and every few years it gets worked on again. So that was one thing, and then there's just skyscrapers everywhere, apartment blocks, office blocks. You know, you're going on a half-hour train, you think it should be countryside, but it's just endless high-rise buildings with sort of not much else around. You just can't imagine that they're full, and with demographics starting to turn in China, I can't imagine they will ever fill up.
And you mentioned the Communist Party. They still have a huge amount of control over what gets built and what doesn't, and which projects are supported and what isn't. Can you feel that influence, that political influence from the party in daily life?
Yeah, well, I wonder. I mean, I certainly felt that I could. I wonder if the local people could in the same way, if they're reading the same books that I am about it. But one quite funny thing that was going on, it was the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China, and everyone was very excited. And I went to the National Art Gallery for the 70th anniversary exhibition. And it was just this huge cavernous thing with sections on the Belt and Road or on construction or party leaders, these huge murals all celebrating the achievements of communist China. And I think I was one of about 5 people in there, which I was pretty surprised by. So yeah, I felt like I could. You know, I couldn't talk about Hong Kong, couldn't talk about Taiwan, couldn't talk about certain other things. So yeah, I had that perception, but I also had the perception that they maybe weren't seeing China the same way that I was.
So it sounds like China's economic boom is very much politically controlled and motivated, and it is plateauing. And that sums up today's Daily Blitz. Thanks for watching.